Hi, welcome everybody back to Car Enormous. This video is sponsored by Car Enormous Parts. If you've got a BYD, especially Atto free, check out my parts link below. You'll find the cheapest BYD accessories and frunks in Australia, and I also have the Dolphin frunk as well. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more EV content. Today we're at BYD at Blacktown and we've got another fish in the aquarium. So this is the new BYD Shark in black. I'm just going to quickly cruise around the car, show you some of the features, the Continental tyres, the look of the car. It's got a huge light bar on the front, and it's quite plasticky, so I'm not sure how robust it's going to be, but I think that it's going to be easily broken, but it's there anyway. It looks fantastic, the car. It's an amazing looking car. And these are the Continental tyres, the road tyres that come with it. You can actually get the off-road tyres, which a lot of people will probably be more interested in because it makes the vehicle look more rugged, so to speak. But man, this is a step up in the ute department. So this is the charging port there. That's for vehicle charging. When you plug it in at home, you use the top one there. The bottom section is DC charging if you are out and about and you want to charge your car. Just having a look at the underneath of the car to make sure that it's going to be easily cleaned. Could be, expecting a lot of these cars to be used off-road, forward driving, so it could be very good at that. And this is the release button for the rear. So it's 2 presses to drop it down. It is quite heavy, so you have to be quite strong to lift it back up again. And just over there we've got the free power points for using the power from the battery to supply 240 volts. Really good if you're camping or anything like that. And inside the back tray there, that's a removable tray, I believe. And this bag just contains the charging cable, the home charger, which you plug into a normal power point. And underneath that is the vehicle to load. So, and this is the vehicle to load. So instead of the power points in the rear tray, you can plug this into the charging port, and you can also get 240 volts to power devices there. You can even use these cars in a blackout to power device, keep your fridge going or something in the house. So while the car was here, I thought I'd have a look underneath just to check it all out. It's fairly standard design, I guess. The wishbone suspension is quite chunky, I'd have to say. I'm just trying to look around at all the parts here. Not many people do it under the car shot, so I thought I'd get the opportunity to show you that you can see the chassis rail there. Because the battery's mounted in between the chassis rails, it gives huge torsional stiffness to the vehicle. So you'll find that these cars will handle really well, and they don't flex or bend like some other cars. So just to show you the robustness of the suspension system there, it's really, really solid, and I think it would do really well off-road. And there's a protection plate for the motor and a protection plate for the batteries. So here's the under the bonnet. We've got the turbo motor there. I'm trying to lift the cover off, but will I get it off? Yes, I do. So that's your coolant on the left-hand side. Coolant runs through some of the electrical components like the inverter, and there's a refrigerant that runs through the battery. This on the right hand side of the motor is the electrical side, and on the left hand side is the petrol motor side. So all in all, the Shark looks like a really good ute, and the back is so I've sat in the back of a few vehicles similar in this class, and they normally don't have much room, and they're very 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 standard in their finish. So when someone sits at the back of this car, they're going to get a surprise because the finish in this is really good and there's plenty of space behind the driver's seat. You've also got some storage here behind the seat, which retracts, and you can, if you prefer not to use the back seat, you can fold that down, and there's the jack in there as well. And I believe the battery is under the seat, the rear seat. It's a very small 12-volt battery, so you won't be able to run any appliances off that battery, as it's only enough to start the computer of the car. It's like a 10 amp battery, maybe it only weighs like 1.5 kilograms. So it's a very small battery just to power up the computer and activate the relays to run the big battery. Okay, so we're just going to have a look at the front of the car. This is a real step up. If you're in a ute, if you've been looking at utes and you look at this, you're going to be shocked, because this is a real high quality finished vehicle. You've even got like red stitching and throughout the seats, and you've got an 8-way adjustable electric driver's seat. Even the passenger seat is adjustable electric, and the door card finish is really amazing. It's soft touch on the top and just really high quality finish. So it's definitely probably similar to the Raptor in that it's really high finish quality. And it's about 30 or 40,000 cheaper than a Raptor, so I think it's gonna sell really well. So you've got rear air conditioning vents and rear USB-C ports for your rear passengers. You've even got there's a 10-inch screen behind the driver there, and look at the quality, look at the colours in that screen. It's just amazing how far the technology has come. The Chinese, I hate to say it, but they're miles ahead when it comes to technology in vehicles. Look at that screen, it's amazing. It even shows the people around the vehicle with a radar sensor, just like a Tesla does. It indicates which doors are open, even shows you if the brake lights are on. And over on the left hand side, you've got all your tire pressures monitoring and your range and your battery. So, and have a go at this camera. These cameras are amazing. Like, the quality of the cameras in this vehicle is amazing. Look at that. It's just so crystal clear, and even you get the shot of the tires, like the under vehicle. So just having a look at some of the switch gear. It looks really high quality, and there's a nice big air vent for wireless charging of your phone, because a lot of wireless chargers will overheat your phone and ruin your phone battery. But that's using the 360 degree camera and showing you under the vehicle as well. So I've had a BYD now for 2 years, and I can tell you they're an absolutely fantastic vehicle. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be impressed by this one. And we're just running through some of the settings that you can do for the screen. It's a bit. I'd have to make a separate video to show you all those settings, but there's so many settings that you can change in this vehicle. It's really amazing once you start to learn about all the features. And so this screen does actually rotate, and at the bottom of the screen you can see you've got all those buttons are touch sensitive, and you can swipe down from the top to get extra menus, or you can swipe up from the bottom to bring up your air conditioning controls and things like that. So here's the glove box. It's just a normal size glove box, but easily opened, and you got a shelf on top to mount additional stuff. Some nice grab handles in the middle of the console to hold onto. So here's the specification sheet for the BYD Shark. The best thing about this vehicle is that it's 57,990 drive away here in Australia, which is way less than the opposition. So it has a 0 to 100 in 5.7 seconds, which is in the class leading performance. It has a fuel consumption, they say 2 litres per 100 k's, but if you drive the first 100 k's in EV mode, you won't use any fuel at all, and a range up to 800 kilometres. The WHUD is the head-up display, which no other ute in this class has at this price, I believe. And also the hybrid platform is, no other vehicle has this super hybrid platform that BYD is using at the moment in this class of vehicle. So that's a generator operating two electric motors. So in most cases it drives in the full EV mode. So the petrol motor doesn't even come on unless you're accelerating hard or going over 70 kilometers an hour. So it's a really good feature, and it's probably going to be the future of the car market as we move forward. And the other great feature about this vehicle, it has vehicle to load, which means that you can power any sort of 240 volt power tools out of the back tray, or you can use vehicle to load, which means you can plug in in some cases you can actually run your house or emergency appliances from the battery in the car. So that's really handy in blackouts and things like that. So we're just going to have a look at some of the specifications. Not everything is super good. Just remember this is a first vehicle that's come with these features, so it might not do everything correctly. The thing I've noticed that there's not the power output of the rear motor is roughly the same as the front motor. So if you're planning on doing some real super duty, heavy duty off-roading, you might find that it's probably may not be very. Early reports have suggested it's got some problems climbing like inclines of 30 degrees or something like that, but that's really heavy duty forward driving stuff. And this vehicle, although it can do it, it wasn't really designed for that. It's designed for just driving around the suburb to and from work sites on bitumen. But if you want to change the tyres and things like that, you'll have a very capable off-road vehicle as well, because it is a four-wheel drive system. So we'll probably see plenty of them outdoing some four-wheel drive vehicles that have been doing this for 50, 60 years. So if you take this vehicle for a test drive, you'll notice that it's a really smooth driving vehicle, mainly because it has the independent suspension. And that's you're going to notice that this is a really comfortable ute to drive around in, or dual cab anyway. And also the fuel consumption's not going to be. It's going to be much better than a normal diesel. We're hoping, but the first 100 kilometers of range you can do on EV. So EV mode, which means you'll be running just on the electricity that's in the battery. So you can get 100 kilometers, so 50 kilometers to your job and 50 kilometers back will be just in pure EV mode. You won't need to use any fuel at all. So that's the big bonus of having this sort of vehicle. But of course, once you go over 50 kilometers, you'll be using the fuel as a normal vehicle would. So just coming when we do the charging, you can actually plug in this vehicle at home and charge it. And if you've got a fast charger at home, 7 kilowatt hour charger, 30 kilowatt hour battery, you're going to charge that battery within 4 hours. You'll have a full battery again, so you can go off and use the electric power again. And if you plug into a DC charger, you can probably charge the car in less than around half an hour to get a full battery again. This car's, as you've seen in the video, it's got some really good standard equipment and a lot of stuff that I didn't highlight there, which is all the safety features. Sometimes they're a bit annoying, but you've got things like autonomous emergency braking, which has actually saved me a couple of times from having a rear-ender accident. So that's a really good feature. And you've got the rear braking as well. So if you are going to hit an obstacle reversing, it'll actually stop the car from hitting that obstacle in the best case scenario. So, but we're yet to test all that. But you've got things like autonomous cruise control, lane keeping assist, a lot of features in this vehicle that you're not going to find on a lot of other vehicles in this class. So if you want to see all the safety features, you can just pause it and read them all. The other one that's really good is the rear cross traffic alert, and it'll actually brake for you in that situation, so you don't hit any obstacles behind you. The other good thing about this is the interior has some really good features, such as the heated and ventilated seats, which is really impressive. You have to try out the ventilated seats if you've never had that in a vehicle. They're amazing. And it's really good in the summer, especially in Australia where the summers are very hot. So ventilated seats is what I'd be looking for in my next car. And yeah, we mentioned the 15-inch touchscreen in the middle. That's really high quality. And the audio, 12-speaker audio system. So again, that's pretty good for a mid-range car. And the lighting in this car is all LED lighting, so it really looks nice and at night time, really attractive looking lighting on this car. And the colours, at the moment we get 3 colours, which is the deep sea blue, the tidal black, and the great white. So the quality of the paint is exceptional. As you can see in the video, the mirror finish is really good. So the quality is going to be impressive in this vehicle. So if you like my video, you can just subscribe to my channel. That would help me out a lot, and I can do more content like this in the future. And let me know if you buy a Shark, and is my conclusion right, or do you think it's not a good vehicle?